Hello everyone, it's Francesco here. Today I wanted to do not a comparison video, but an overview of my opinions on Podia. So for those who don't know, we create courses on Keep Productive that help people to learn a specific tool, a productivity tool. We do some free ones and some charged ones, and I would say that it's been a weird transition because we previously used a experience called Thinkific, so I can give you my opinions on this compared to Thinkific during this video, but hopefully it gives you a bit of an insight in what actually Podia looks like and how it functions in terms of using it as a courses platform. So this is our dashboard here. You get an overview of how many customers you have acquired, how many subscribers, people who have committed to following your email newsletter, how many sales you've collectively done, and the revenue that follows. Now, what I like about Podia so far is that when I was with Thinkific, making massive course changes in terms of the site structure and also the general UI was a lot slower. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some, I would say, some slight bugs in Podia occasionally. However, I think in general, if you're trying to modify something fast or be able to add in an element, it takes a considerably less time and considerably less money. I think I was paying for the $99 per month plan on Thinkific, and I'm paying $39, and I'm pretty much getting the same package minus a few sort of things like certificates at the end and smaller sort of elements. However, obviously these platforms differ depending on what your needs are. So let's dive into the product side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 courses, and I'll show you inside like the agenda one. So we published this one, and essentially we've got about 300 customers in it so far. So this is the layout. It's changed more recently, but I really like the new course layout. It's been fairly similar to this anyway, but you can do stuff like add text, add links, add all the files, and add lessons a lot easier. And being able to sort of add quizzes is quite helpful as well. But then again, adding sections is quite easy too. You can also modify like the details of the course as well. So like what categories it fits into, the title of it, and things like the visibility of the comments and any integrations you might have set up. You can also modify the pricing, and what I like about this one as well is you can set up things like upsells, which I'm experimenting with, but essentially that gives you other people discounts on course access to different platforms, but you can also set up monthly payments as well, which is quite good if you did want people to commit. And you can also choose the availability, like if you want to set like a course live date, or like even get like pre-launch, so you can get people's emails in for when the course actually launches, and set launch days, and you can also drip feed the content to people too. Now, what I really like about it is the fact that editing is pretty easy. So for example, if I wanted to view this lesson, I could see it in the preview mode, and you can go throughout the course and see what you actually get. Now, that you can add details down here, but I like how simple the course layout is. When we're using Thinkific, it felt like more work to be able to get to a point like this. However, it's really how much detail you want to add to the end user. I always find it good in these sort of tool courses because you're getting to the point you don't really need to add as much detail in the background unless it's about frameworks. I also really like the fact that you can download the file straight away from here. You can do that inside of Thinkific, but it takes you a very long time because you have to go into video library and then you have to download it, and it takes a while. But whereas here, it just goes straight as a download versus popping up as a separate window. That's if you want to say like take one of your lessons and share it on YouTube or something like that, which is super helpful. Now, if you want, you can move the courses around quite easily. I'm trying to find the edit. It's still getting used to the change around. There we go. So you can go in and modify the files and thumbnails and the content. So if you did want to add some stuff, and you can choose the visibility of how people access that as well. Now, when it comes to the actual, like how it actually looks on the page, this is something that initially took a while to get used to, but you go to edit page, you can view it as a customer or as a visitor so that you can actually see like when or what somebody looked like. You can also embed it. I did this on the website. It's actually the paid Podia upgrade, but that's quite helpful if you want to preview it on the website as sort of getting people in. And you can also invite a customer to give them direct access to. So if we go to edit page, you get like this sort of like, it is very similar to apps like Squarespace in terms of like setup, but I really like how, for example, in this one, I wanted to go with a really simple sort of starting page. I went with the design, the same color as the logo here, made a few modifications to style, but you can do like, you know, split and things like that. The layouts you can modify, it actually looks nicer like that. Let's just change it there. But you can add things like background images with Unsplash recently. You can add button text and things like that. And adding sections is fairly easy. You just press the plus and then you've got a range of different sections. Like you can add a bio, newsletter, table, contents, project banner. So it's not just about the course. You can modify that, and you can also preview how it looks like on mobile too. So that's really handy, because if you want to really see what people want to see, then that's how you do it. This is more recent actually, but you can modify the weight of the text and things like this, and how it's viewed. I might come in here and make some more changes for myself, to be honest, because that's quite helpful. But if I wanted to see this in context to all of the other pages I've created, you can have pages for not just products, but you can have pages for categories. So for example, if I was specifically focusing on productivity software, I could build this page out, and I do obviously specifically focus on, but if I was focused on note-taking, then I could build this page out as all of like our note-taking courses, and that's quite handy. So you're allowed to create pages from, like you can create pages like if you're organizing on a website. Now up here I've actually done like links mainly to other content that we've got, but in all fairness, being able to sort of modify it is so easy compared to when I was using it with against Thinkific, in my opinion. I do like Thinkific, it didn't do anything wrong. I just think for the price and the sort of, I guess the complexity of the platform, it depends how much you want, but I really like how they have done this in Podia. So if I go to done, you can publish it and obviously modify the changes. Now one thing I'd say is you can do email as well. So this is something I haven't yet fully taken advantage of, but you can send out like broadcasts to your community. And you can see here, like I've sent 133, open rate's been fairly good, click rate's been decent too, but it helps to sort of overview the campaigns. You can also have campaigns as well, so these are like things that'll be automatic. So I need to set some of these up. Like a campaign can be a conditional email set, like welcome email and things like that. I really need to do that, but that's good that you can have that in there, because I actually didn't initially set this up when I first started. You can go to audience and really drill down on some of your audience members, and you can, for example, modify customers, export them and things like that if you have their permission. You can see the affiliate side of stuff. I don't have the affiliate, but there is an upgraded plan, which I'll come to near the end because I'll give you some opinions on the pricing. You can also see sales as well, the whole sales pipeline, like who is where and what. But the main amount of time I spend is my product area. I'm looking also to add more digital downloads, but you can add also, like you can sell your Zoom and YouTube webinars and sell a collection of other products for a new price. So quite decent sort of options you've got there. So mainly for online courses, but you can also add, I'm tempted to add like templates and things like that. You've got coupons as well. So it's pretty easy when it comes to that. So when it comes to the I originally started on the paid plan, not the paid plan, I originally started on the other plan, which was the Shaker plan. However, I found that I wasn't actually needing the memberships and also some of these like affiliate marketing stuff, etc. However, I found it pretty useful to keep on this plan. I'm actually considering upgrading to the yearly plan because I know that I want to stay in this plan, and it would be good to lock in that price at potentially a cheaper rate as well. But they do have this new Earthquake plan, which you can send 50k in emails recipients per month, and I think that's importing them. So there we go. So receive an email in a given month. Okay, so yeah, you can set a limit to how many emails you actually send. So that gives you more expansion. You've also got here team seats, so you can, for example, like completely invite people to modify the account with you, up to 5 people, and you can go, like, for example, a white labeled one, but that's going to cost you up to £1,500 plus per year, whereas my plan is a tidy, if you were to do that per year, just shy of £400. If you were to say compare it to Thinkific pricing, I think they've reduced it since I did it, but like they were charging $99, but if I were doing the annual plan, that's set. Oh no, this is why it's so monthly at $99, but yearly it can be quite a lot. Obviously, like here, the basic plan does have some of what you do here, so you can get it for cheaper. But I just feel that the access is a lot better when you're trying to modify setups and things like that, and be able to access video content. Again, both of these platforms don't have where you're specifically transactions feeds and things like that, which is quite good. That is settled through like things like Stripe and PayPal, so that's a real bonus. So that's my experience of Podia so far. I've been pretty impressed with the application, and it's been doing me pretty well as a good starting base. I've again been doing Thinkific much longer, so I had a lot of a base on there, moved across, and now this is more of my home, which I'm looking to start to build on. I'm going to include a link to Podia below because they do a referral scheme if you did fancy it, if you do find my review useful. But again, it's really looking against what you actually get, and if there's no sort of like, I would say if there's no things that you're not willing to give up, then obviously you can look at both of these. But what I would say is Podia is more flexible, easier to sort of modify website pages, and being able to create products I find to be a lot faster. And that's from using both of them so far. But I will include a link to Thinkific as well below if you want to have some more detail on it. Anyway guys, a big thank you. Talk to you very soon. Hopefully you found this video useful. Cheerio.